Hi everyone, how you doing?
The fact is that I don't remember.
Yes, you don't remember, but there you go.
From the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker, we're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
Welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, and we have a YouTube celebrity superstar royalty, if you would, on the show today. He is the guy that discovered Hank Strange. He is this guy that discovered Walter Keller in The Hoff. He discovered me, discovered Flying Rich. He is our manager, our secret brains behind the scenes. He is the guy behind the curtain pulling the strings. I don't even write my own articles. All my articles at Ameland comes from him. He also writes my videos and all my TV appearances, like last night on OAN News. I had like a little ear thing in, and he was telling me what to say. So let's go ahead and bring him on. So much so that he scared Flying Rich, and Flying Rich ran off. And I'm having a search party go out and get Flying Rich to get back on the show because Flying Rich was just so nervous to talk to this guy because he's such a massive celebrity. He is bigger than the royal family, bigger than the president. I dare to say he's even bigger than Chuck Norris. In fact, I heard he gave Chuck Norris a bloody nose, and Chuck Norris begged for mercy. So let's bring this guy on. His name is Babyface P, also known as Patrick.
I'm just catching in on all of this celebrity talk that I have going on that I didn't even realize was a thing.
Yeah,
I had no idea I was such a big personality. I am the cabal that runs the underworld.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man.
I'm bigger than Elon Musk. They're coming for me next.
Ye might be starting to speak out on you.
That's right. I run the world.
Yeah, he was actually going to go on Alex Jones to talk about how much that you run the world.
That's right. I am a threat to be reckoned with.
Yeah, the leader of the Illuminati.
This is all news to me.
Don't fall for it. He's just trying to say that it's not news because he wants to keep his power. I'm exposing him. I'm an investigative journalist, and my investigation into him was actually him doing it, and he just, I don't know, just gave it to me.
All over. It's all over from here. Now everybody knows.
I've never investigated or anything.
It's a one-man cabal that runs everything.
The gun world.
Yeah, the entirety. I make all the decisions for everybody all the time.
Yeah.
You know, on that topic, though, funny enough, I do hear of people who have seen my stuff every now and then, and it does surprise me because I think of myself as a small timer. But it is surprising sometimes to hear who has watched some of my content. So it feels kind of good.
Hopefully, I'll be on your level one day.
Have you've surpassed me already, haven't you?
I have no idea. I think you're
I don't
even like really watch
the news. If I wanted to cover the news, maybe I could get more followers. But the news is more. It draws more people in than the building that I get up to.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many subs do you have?
30. Like 5 shy of 35,000.
Let's get him to 35,000. Babyface P on YouTube. Go ahead.
It's 5 subs, please.
5 freaking subs, dude. We can do that.
Oh yeah, 34.9. So I'm pretty close.
Dude, let's get him to 35,000. We can do it.
Channel. Where is dashboard? Oh my gosh, I am 1 away. I'm at 34,999, and I'm not even I'm not making that up. I am literally at 34,999 on my YouTube page thing overview.
I can put you over the top right now by going to my
that one. I need that one.
I can do it. I can do that right now. Because I have my news channel, which is my main channel, and I don't think that's subscribed to you.
Let's do it. These are some names I haven't seen in a long time.
All right, there you go.
Kiaski, Chris Bullis. Shooting gallery we see every now and then. MC Kurt 24.
Joe Morgan, and we all share the same community.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the same names. I just since Hank's no longer on YouTube, we don't pull in the same folks that he used to.
well,
It's a shame. I wish we could get some of these folks.
Yeah, you can find it on Utreon.
Yes, yeah, and same for mine. If you go hunting for some content of mine, and it is not on YouTube, go to Utreon. I back all my stuff up there because there are some things that YouTube has just pulled the plug on. So
yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. You want to get into some stuff in the news?
What's going on? I haven't been keeping up with DLD After Dark. Hey man,
you have a lot going on, man.
I
Dark,
know
if you want to come on, you can come on, Dark. Just let me know.
The bump stock, not the bump stock. Oh, old news. The pistol brace thing is working its way through. Has that officially been made law yet?
That's at the White House.
Okay, so it will be eventually.
It will be. They are basically waiting. I don't know. They're probably going to do like a victory lap or something like that. But let's go ahead and talk about something else that happened today. Rhode Island, there was a judge. My article should be coming out any minute now. I did a deep dive into it. I read all 60 pages of the decision.
What was decided? What was the case?
A magazine ban.
In Rhode Island? Okay, so what way did this judge lean in their decision?
This judge is an Obama appointee.
Okay, so that before you tell me which way they leaned, I would assume that they would be pro magazine ban, limiting to 10 rounds, limiting to whatever. That's my assumption. So
very, very. Okay, well, we can go through it. Hi, Rich.
Hi.
You missed the awesome intro I gave Babyface P.
I'm the cabal that runs the world. Dark, if you want me on, Dark, all you gotta do is send me a text message. I'll jump in. You know that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this. I'm going to bring up my article here that I wrote and submitted just so I can reference some things here. All right. So I have a video that's going to be dropping on it. I was going to drop it earlier, but I wrote the article first because I wanted to read all.
Where is the article and how do I find it?
Well, the article's probably not
Emily.com.
It's not up yet.
Probably not out yet. It's a pretty in-depth article where I did a deep dive into all 60-some pages of it. So this judge, his name is John McConnell Jr., and he is an Obama appointee. You should fire him, Babyface P. I know you have the power to do that.
Yeah, I'll get the guys on board. I'll talk to him later. Talk to the cabal.
Okay. Ocean State Tactical and like 4 residents sued over the new law, claiming a couple different things. First, they're claiming Second Amendment violations, which you would think, right? But the judge ruled that magazines are not protected under the Second Amendment because they are not arms. Therefore, there's no reasonable protection from the Second Amendment on arms.
Haven't we already had this same exact case
Ruined decision?
Or flipped in the gun world's favor, in the freedom lovers' favor,
sure.
And it's already been decided.
I think didn't New York say 7 rounds? A judge said no, that's not right. You can have 10 rounds. It's like,
oh, excuse me, those 3 extra might stop that rapist from
okay, let's get back to let's concentrate on Rhode Island here because this is going to piss you off. It's going to piss everyone off.
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Did this judge hear the Bruin decision?
We'll get to all that, right? He references it several times, but he doesn't think magazines are arms, therefore no protection under the Second Amendment. And then he can also use public interest because he doesn't consider them arms. They also sued on the takings clause. The taking clause basically at least. Go ahead.
So, real quick, does that mean that if you say have a integral magazine, if you have a 1022,
like a Moist Nugget,
Moist Nuggets do have internals, but those are only 5.
Oh.
I'm thinking like a 22 that you could get
SKS,
conceivably SKS, that would 20-round internal magazine.
Yeah,
does that not fall within purview of this law? Because it is integral to the arm, the firearm.
Well, the judge claims that feeding devices are not
They're not
I
parts
don't know
of
what
the
to tell you,
firearm.
man.
Uh,
It's ridiculous, but no, he claims that feeding devices are not what is the Amazon link of the day? Surprising you say that. There it is. Yeah, so it's a very, very cool thing. But basically he's saying that the magazines do not consist, which if you think about it, if magazines are not arms and you can ban magazines no matter what because they're not arms, you can render every magazine fed firearm inoperable.
yeah, that would be. I mean, that's the intended purpose. For anybody that's not aware, that's the intended purpose here. It's not to neuter you down to 5. It's to say that if this were to allow to stand, then they could take it further.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah, I mean that's exactly right. So so we got that done. Then there's the takings clause. They sued on this takings clause, which says that if the government confiscates something for you, because you only have a couple different options, you can permanently modify your magazines, you can sell them to an FFL out of state, or you can turn them into police.
So you have what would it be considered? You have a means of rendering your magazine legal, so that clause is null and void, basically.
No, that's not what he said.
Okay, what did he say?
He said that it is within well of the right of the police to confiscate magazines without compensation.
I'm gonna keep my.
There's this thing called the Constitution. I think you ought to read. I mean, I'm just a cloud engineer. I don't know shit about law, but
well, the Second Amendment only deals with self-defense, and there's no evidence that magazines help with self-defense.
The Second Amendment deals with self-defense because we were defending ourselves against the British that needed to die when the Second Amendment was written, or shortly thereafter.
Well, according to this judge, a magazine holding more than 10 rounds have never been used in a case of self-defense.
Did the judge actually say, like, did they actually say that, or are you being facetious here? Like, did he actually?
No, I'm not being facetious.
He made that argument that what he would consider large capacity, that all of us would consider normal, has never been used.
Wait. Yes, I do have my SIG P365 has a 10-round magazine. I was going to say, I don't even have a gun that has a 10 round.
Yeah, it's mine too, but everything else is.
Yeah, everything else.
So that would be your grounds. Clearly, that would be a grounds for taking it up to what was this? A district judge, a lower judge? So conceivably, this is going higher. Would it be going to the Rhode Island Supreme Court or to like an
circuit court? It's
circuit. It's going to go circuit
court. Yeah, it's not. It would only go to Rhode Island Supreme Court if it was a state filed case, and it wasn't. All right, are you ready? This is a
federal. This is like a federal case that was filed in Rhode Island.
Yeah, and the District Court of Rhode Island. Okay, are you ready to be more pissed off? They claim that there was also a 14th Amendment violation, that it violates their right to due process and deprives them deprivation of rights under the color of law. State law. Which
if he's already gone this far, he's not going to give you anything back there. I'm sorry.
No. A couple different things. He referenced that magazines are only about $15 a piece. So what's the big deal?
Well, if you have 100 of them, it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, and it's mine. It's not yours. The deal is that it's my property, and you can't have it.
Yeah, he claims that the police have the right to take the guns because it lowers the risk of harm that results from the availability of devices that can assist someone intent on murdering a large number of people.
I never realized that your civil rights were only guaranteed if
Good weather,
if
no
somebody says
natural
that you can't use it.
disasters, no flu.
Nothing. Rights are only guaranteed if the judge says that it is can't be used to kill multiple people.
And Patrick, I mean, I just want to check, and you don't have more than 3, 4, 5 guns around. None of us do, right? Because I mean, they'd be out mass murdering people if we
You
had
should see
more.
over my shoulder right now. I have multiple 74s, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 cases. Those like the Bulgarian cases. One of them's Russian, but a bunch of them are like 7 Bulgarian cases with the 4 AK-74 mags in it, all loaded, all ready to go. Because why would you get an unloaded magazine? It's useless.
Yes.
I know this is so realistically, all of us here. I mean, you're preaching to the choir sort of thing here. Realistically, what are the odds that this will be taken higher? Who brought the suit?
What of it? Ocean State Tactical.
It was a firearms company. Is that what they do? Or I've never heard of them. So they're not going to give up. They're going to be taking this to whatever next level there is.
I hope so.
And then whatever next level, even if they the problem that I have come to find is the Supreme Court doesn't take up hardly anything any longer. So even if it got to the Supreme, I don't know that they would take up a case like this unless it were to slap that judge down and say, we already made a decision on Bruin. You need to go look at Bruin. But at that point, I don't know.
So, can I want to ask both you guys this question. If you had a political belief, yeah. And maybe it didn't align with Supreme Court law, and you were deciding something that was clearly Supreme Court law, but you had a personal belief otherwise, and you were a judge, what would you do?
You are supposed to follow precedent. That's the way it works.
You
but
mean like Supreme Court law?
That federal judges no longer follow any of that. And you can figure out which way a judge is going to rule on a case 95% of the time by who put them in office. I'm sorry.
And I hate to tell you, I'm so naive that if I was a judge in the Supreme Court, in this court, in that court, I am not the ruler of my own fiefdom. I got to go with what they say.
Richard, I don't know if you've ever dealt with lawyers, one, judges, two. Judges do believe that they are the ruler of the fiefdom. Judges have as far as I've known them, have always had an outside view of their stature in society. They do believe that they make the rules. They don't, or maybe I should say they believe that they can interpret the rulings for their own favor. That's the way that, as far as I've always known it, that's the way it works for judges. Lawyers are just as bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
Because I mean, so let's just kind of gameplay this. I'm an Obama appointee judge. I could make all sorts of ridiculous statements. Nobody's ever used 10 rounds in self-defense. You don't need 7 rounds to kill a deer. Whatever, all of this shit. Magazines aren't parts of guns. If I'm like, I could check all the box of all this crazy lunacy and have people make fun of me, and I could be sucking Obama's cock, but to what end? I mean, am I going to get another $100 in my paycheck?
That's the thing. There's no.
They're ideologues.
Sorry, what, John?
They're ideologues.
They're ideologues, and as far as I can tell, there is no repercussion for things like this, especially in districts like Rhode Island or Vermont or things like that, where the local population believes in this. So nobody's.
All right, I gotta confess, I am an ideologue.
Yeah, but do you know check the back of that? Who sent that to you? I'm shamed because I have one too.
Oh, by the way.
I think I got it from my wife. So yeah. It doesn't say
I ordered one for free from the same place, and it was one of those not Southern Poverty Law Center, but it was one of those where they were giving them out for free, and I was like, oh, well, if they're paying for it, I'm going to take it. But I don't believe in what they do.
No. They're
yeah.
just conservative organizations that give out that same one out.
Yes.
Yeah.
The place I got it from was not conservative enough to my liking, but I said if they've already paid for it, I'm gonna. They were sending it totally free. I didn't even have to do anything. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna order one too.
Oh, by the way, he also calls the Rhode Island law common sense public safety law. Public safety legislation.
Politics is rhetoric. Politics is nothing but rhetoric. Getting people to believe the way you believe, because it. How many times in the last 20 years have we heard the words common sense, common sense, common sense? Because it demonizes in the nicest way possible. It demonizes your enemy. It's, well, you clearly don't have.
Absolutely. You couldn't possibly be against common sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, he says there's an ultra lethal pathogen of mass murder shootings in which multiple people are killed and often dozens or others are injured, and banning the magazines will help solve that.
Listen. The main.
I can fix the mass shooting. I can fix it.
It's real easy.
Put a cap in the guy's ass.
Okay, here it is. He says, suffice it to say, in very real terms, the plaintiff's proffered harm caused by an injunction pales in comparison to the unspeakable devastation caused by mass shooters wildly spraying
that's not what you
into crowds of bystanders.
That's not what you look at when you're looking for injunctive relief. You don't look at injunctive relief and go, well, if we grant this injunctive relief, it can harm others. No. Injunctive relief is granted when the party will be detrimentally harmed by the decision that's being handed out. It doesn't matter what the rest of everything else is. It's for the party of the suit. Okay,
here it is. Are you ready? You ready for this one? I think you're gonna like this one. The law, direct quote, I'm not paraphrasing here. This is his quote. Okay, I want to state this before I say it, because this is going to piss everyone off out there. Because this is going to... Ready? The law puts no limit on the number of 10-round magazines an owner may have at their feet at any one time. The ground can be littered with magazines.
I mean, it's true, and it's very easy to speed load a Glock 19. But is that the judge said that?
The recreational shooter can fire dozens, even hundreds of bullets.
So what's his point then? Then the killer could do the same thing. The person who's out, these supposedly mass murders that are happening every day of the week that I have not seen happening every day of the week could do the same thing. So.
Wait, you don't get the Everytown mass shooter notification on your smartwatch every 10 minutes?
Actual thing? Please tell me.
Yeah, well, they want to make it a federal law that everyone gets it.
Wait, I can't. Sometimes I can't tell if you're being facetious or you're serious.
No, I'm dead serious. We're fighting it in Congress right now.
That they want people to get notified of this or something? What do they want?
Like a mass shooting notification system, kind of like an Amber Alert system. When your phone goes off,
just go drive over to the wrong side of town, and your phone will be going off like crazy. And that's the part of the problem is if you look at the statistics for mass shootings, like 75% are gang related, and it has nothing to do with the current problem. It has to do with gang crime.
It is worth noting again that there is no evidence that any person has ever had any need to fire more than 10 rounds in self-defense.
There's a guy that used a machine gun in self-defense, and he didn't get charged. Well, he got charged for criminal prosecution. This was back in like the 80s, I think. But it was what was at his hand, and he had a full 30-round magazine and I believe an Uzi. And the state was like, "Yeah, you did the right thing." Somebody tried to rob him.
Yeah, so we got all that right, and then all the plaintiff witnesses. He said, expert witnesses. He said, I don't think they're experts. and dismissed
That's
them all.
that's not for you to decide.
And accepted all the state's expert witnesses' testimony.
That's not okay. So this was just pure bias then, 100%.
So the judge is an expert, but the expert witnesses.
On experts. The judge is an expert on who is
But
an expert.
he claims that nobody's ever fired more than 10 rounds in self-defense.
This is.
I mean, why don't they make it 9 or 11 or 7? I mean,
in one part of the case, he says that it's impossible to reload in 2 to 3 seconds.
Oh, it's very easy. I can do that real quick.
Okay. Hold on. Then in another part, he says that it's not an undue burden because you can reload in 2 to 3 seconds.
So this guy's he's just 100% partisan hack. It is what it sounds like. He's just an ideologue partisan hack. That's it.
Are you ready to get even more pissed off?
Oh fuck me,
John, you got to stop.
The Oregon case, their firearms licensing scheme that's been knocked down as unconstitutional by multiple courts.
Yes.
According to this judge, that it's permitted, and Bruin says it's permitted.
No, it's literally the opposite to that. How do these people get jobs?
All right. Yeah, I was just going there. I'm like, we know how Caramella Harris got her job. I mean, like, whose desk was this guy under?
I don't. You work your way up. You happen to be in the right place at the right time for the right political party to put you in office. I mean, that's really how it has to be. I don't. Man, if I were a lawyer, rather a judge, I would guess I would be a bad judge because I would be doing all this on the opposite side. I would be saying that everything is licensed and legal and screw the ATF.
Well, hold on. So this comment brings a good point to mind. I mean, so maybe cops shouldn't have more than 10 rounds?
They shouldn't. No, absolutely. Absolutely, they shouldn't.
I'm a big believer in the concept of reciprocity. It's like, I can have 10 rounds. You can't have 10 rounds.
Mm-hmm. There's even on the Republican side, I don't think there's very many people who are willing to make that argument, though I absolutely would. That's the way it is. I don't care what your job is.
Unbelievable.
So you guys think this judge was a
lifetime NRA member?
Spitting in the face of Bruin? I think so.
So what happens now? They're going to take it. They're going to push.
Well, they can appeal. I don't know what they're going to do. They can appeal.
You can't let a ruling like this.
Is Thomas going to have the Capitol Police go and arrest this guy?
I don't know, but this is no. Kiyosaki says, but criminals would still have more rounds.
Part of my argument with the whole gang crime thing is go on Instagram right now and look for, I don't know what keywords you would use, but I can find you illegally converted full auto Glock 19s within like 5 minutes. It clearly hasn't stopped anybody in that community from converting their Glocks over to full auto. So why do you think this is going to stop a criminal from doing the same? Somebody's hell-bent on murdering people, they're going to murder people. All it does is stop us. It's the same argument we always make.
I said it once. I said it again. It is a fundamental hatred of the Second Amendment.
I don't fully understand, and it's because of where I sit on the political landscape. My brain has always been a laissez-faire type of, listen, do whatever you want to do as long as you're not harming kids or doing
for sure
really, really nasty stuff. And you're not screwing with anybody else. I don't understand these people, typically on the left, who are desperate for power, or they do these things to rule. I've never understood wanting to rule over somebody else's decision making.
Is it that, hey, Ketanji Brown Jackson's now on the Supreme Court? There's the bar is so low, I should be there. I'm just gonna suck more Obama cock. And
I hate to say this. Well, I don't hate to say it. Jackson actually is not the worst. She's not great. She's not great, but she's not the worst. Have you ever seen Oh shit! What's that one other woman's name? The Spanish woman on the Supreme
Sotomayor.
Oh my God, Sotomayor is one
the
of the
brain trust
dumbest
of the
people.
wise Latinas.
She's one of the dumbest people I've ever heard speak. I don't know how she made it through law school, much less judgeship and to the Supreme Court.
Although she did defend Kavanaugh.
She is dumb as a box of rocks. Oh,
I will say that she did defend Kavanaugh.
good for her. She, the clock is the broken clock's right twice a day, I guess. But,
Well, wait, I think it's Sheila Jackson Lee was a judge. I mean, Lord help you if you were ever before her in a court.
I don't know who that one. Who is this?
She's a congresswoman, this crazy congresswoman
that introduces like the bills that are so effing anti-gun that not even AOC will co-sponsor it.
What's the point of doing things like this? Is it just political theater? Or
to do what?
Yeah, well, so I mean, part of it.
Like no, it's actually a technique. Usually, a bill
it's fundraising.
It's more than fundraising. Well, Sheila Jackson Lee, maybe not. Okay, hold on for 1 second. People were worried about you, Sabar. There you go. Here's the thing, right? Not so much with Sheila Jackson Lee, but with others. The whole thing is that bills usually do not get passed the first time they get introduced.
Yes.
They are introduced multiple times. So is
she just throwing them at the wall continuously to try to get something through? Is that what it is?
Yeah. If you throw a bowl of spaghetti at a wall, some will stick.
Some of it's going to stick eventually, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's the whole purpose. That's why people introduce why are we introducing the Hearing Protection Act every year? It gets introduced every year.
Maybe one day it will actually get passed.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's there ready to go and it gets introduced, you build more and more.
Well, if you put a suppressor on a firearm, assailants are going to shoot and nobody's going to hear it.
If you make suppressors illegal, they will never be used in crimes or by anybody ever. If I've never heard of a criminal ever using suppressor or a machine gun.
All right, I'm going to correct you on that. There's one case. It was the shooter, John. He went to town hall with a 45 with a suppressor.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Town hall. It was a like a business.
Well,
municipal building.
He had his legally. He went through the NFA to actually get his, so he went off the deep end.
Yeah, and again, I'm not Patrick. I'm in lockstep with you.
There's no stopping criminals.
There are 2 machine gun crimes that I know of, and there's 1 suppressor shooting that I know of. So you're talking about.
There was only 2 crimes that used legally armed machine guns, and the last one was in 1980.
One was a cop,
and that was a cop in Ohio.
Really? So he had access to department firearms? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no,
wasn't it Mac 10 or Mac 11?
Yeah, he used his own Mac 10.
Mac 10. Piece of shit to use. God, you could have picked something better. Find a better gun than that.
Yeah,
but no, if
it was going after drug dealers.
So many freaking cases and legal stuff in my head. Sometimes I just want to
if
dump
somebody
it on
wants
the table.
something bad. My favorite phrase from my grandfather that I use for things like this: locks are to keep honest people honest. Because if somebody really wants to kick your door in, they're gonna do it no matter what lock you put on that door. Any of these laws are only to keep honest folk honest. If a criminal wants something bad enough, they don't give a shit. You know how simple it is to turn down metal, piping, and stuff shit in it.
Look at. I mean, and there's going to be people out there that's going to do it. One guy always bring up locks. I bring up the lock picking lawyer because people have designed locks to try to get. Designing locks that are way overboard. That are better than any commercial locks out there.
You can still get into
challenge them, and he's like, "Okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3."
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen locks that people, he shows on his YouTube. Oh my gosh, nobody ever be able to pick that. Boom.
Yeah.
And he's a gun guy too.
I've always thought so. I figured he was.
He goes. Bosnian Bill is his friend.
Bosnian Bill, yeah.
They go
Cool.
shooting a lot.
I've the one takeaway from his channel for anybody that hasn't watched it is never use a master lock ever, 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 ever.
Oh yeah,
You,
Fry Out
you
Designs.
sneeze on a
Hold
master
hold
lock and it'll pop open.
Hey, Fry Out Designs. This is the new logo, Patrick.
Oh,
Who's that for? That's you, John Crump, Wolverine.
Yeah,
It's nice.
John Crump.
I like it.
what?
Out
Where's
Designs
my
Design.
shirt, Crumpy?
Flying
You
Rich
can go to
missed the
John
blue
Crump
shirt name
News,
memo.
and there's a link down below. You click on that, you can get one.
This
Yeah.
one is, well, I can't show you the back, but it's got an AK on it. It's from AK. I'm sorry, Recreator Blanks. Which I got something coming. I got something coming from Recreator Blanks. Get excited.
No, I do.
I
wanna
don't know that I have a blue 2A shirt.
I do want to congratulate a couple different people here. Ovechkin on scoring his 800th goal, which is insane. Like it's only been done 2 other times, and it hasn't been in like both times that it's been scored 800 goals.
37. Can you believe that he's 37?
Can you believe that he's on pace to score 53 goals, being 37?
Yeah, that's nuts. For people listening that don't follow hockey, you age out of hockey like you're an old man in hockey at like 35.
Most people
Goalies-
retire around 35.
Some goalies can make it up to like 40, 41, 42, but even then you're really pushing your luck. You'll be like third string or backup.
Ovechkin scoring at the
Ovechkin's-
same pace.
Yes,
When it
he's
was
still
20.
outpacing everybody at 37.
He's
He's
scoring
made of
at the
something
same
else.
pace.
Yeah.
Right? It's insane.
Has he gotten ahead of Wayne Gretzky's scoring?
He
Wait,
holds
point-
most records. There's one record that Wayne Gretzky holds, and that's the most goals, and that's at 895. He should pass it within 2 years.
So Ovechkin is going to be our Gretzky, really.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? He's missed 2.5 seasons due to lockout and COVID.
That's
Oh my gosh.
how could you imagine? You have the opportunity to be better than Gretzky, and then COVID comes along. Ugh.
2.5 seasons due to
Yeah.
lockout and COVID,
Yep.
and he's still gonna pass Gretzky. You know how
He could have
insane that
gone
is?
so far.
Do you know how insane that is?
Yeah. Oh yes. Who else?
Okay.
You said you had multiple people to congratulate. Is there somebody else?
Let me just say something else really quick. Okay, the next highest person in the league that's played as long as him is Sidney Crosby, right?
Crosby.
Play as long as him, right?
I have my opinions of Crosby.
Yeah, so do I. But he is just over 500 goals.
How old is Crosby at this point?
He's 2 years. He's like 36, 35, 36.
Is he already that old? I didn't think he's 35.
Yeah, they came in the league at the same year.
Damn.
But
Crosby is so
but
far
he's-
behind.
he's like 300 goals ahead of Crosby.
That's
The next
very impressive.
closest person to him.
Ugh.
And here's the thing. He scores from the same place every single time for 18 years. And when he first started
I didn't
doing it,
realize
like-
you watched this much hockey.
Oh, dude. My wall. Ask Rich about my wall.
So are you a Capitals fan then? Okay, you have a
Ask
shirt.
my wall. I got my
Look, he's-
Ovechkin sticks over there. I was a season ticket holder.
There you go. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta move my camera. There you go. That's my Stamkos, and I got a Stamkos puck in there too.
Hold on. Let me just do this. The wrong way.
Gotta move it. Uh-oh, I unplugged it. I'll be back.
And I'm here left alone. So I don't know if
I unplugged the camera.
No,
I'll be back.
I'm
It's coming.
sorry.
It's
yeah,
coming.
yeah. Did Crump give Babyface a proper introduction?
Yeah, I
Or
think so.
do we just think everybody knows who he is?
Oh,
No.
like that. I
I give him
And-
like a 5-minute introduction. It was killing time. I'm just joking.
have
All
my
right.
camera not coming on. Come on. I will be back eventually. There we go. Okay, it's back.
Yeah, dude, like my whole wall,
Is Ovechkin stuff or Capital stuff?
Capital stuff.
Okay.
I've been a Capital fan since I was 5. When I was
Really?
when
What,
I was
did you live in that area or something?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were raised over there.
My kindergarten book says what's your favorite sport is it hockey and what's your favorite team is the Capitals.
Okay. So have you? Where were you born and raised? What state were you born in? Like
I was
Washington?
born in Virginia,
Okay.
right outside DC.
Yeah. Okay.
In
So
Arlington.
it's your team. It's your team.
Yeah, but yeah, Ovechkin is.
They beat the
doing
Blackhawks last
something
night.
insane, dude. They killed the Blackhawks.
7-3.
But okay, here's the thing, right?
Is this real quick? Is this how this podcast goes, where we just hop from topic to topic? Sports talk 970. Sports talk.
Oh no, wait. There's
God,
going to be a commercial
Sports
break
Talk
that flashes
Radio.
in 60 seconds. Hold on.
Okay, no, but yeah, but no, I just want to say that Ovechkin scores from the same spot, and during his rookie season, people said, "Oh, they're gonna shut him down once they figure out how to stop that shot
We don't.
from the left circle." 18 years later, he's still scoring from the same exact spot.
They're
Now people just gave up on solving it. Like, well, he's gonna get a couple.
yeah.
The way it is.
And obviously they play to his advantage. You have his whole team is based. A lot of them are based around blocking, getting him the puck, and then screening for that angle. So
yeah.
If you ever watch the camera angle from, usually the best one you can get is from like inside the net, and you see what a screen actually looks like. It's like, no wonder he's scoring. Like, you can't see crap. Like, from that goalie, you're looking around somebody, and then whoop, comes right past you.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? When teams happens multiple times, even this season, they said, "Well, we did a pretty good job of shutting down Ovechkin. He only got 1 goal and 2 assists." So
Yeah,
it's like, when you can say that and be like, "Oh, he only got 1 goal and 2 assists," we did a good job of shutting him down.
It's going to be years, if ever, that somebody will top his record.
No, yeah, it's insane.
It may happen. People will probably come close to it, but if it does happen, it's going to take it would be somebody coming in right now at, like, you'd have to come into the league at 18 and be just an absolute menace. Like,
yeah,
just
like even McDavid
constantly.
and them are not, even if they played the same rate that they're playing now, won't break the record.
No, you have to be a top
someone
tier
that's
player
not in
at
the league
18.
right now. If anybody breaks it, so we're looking at least 20 years.
Yeah, that's
If not more, if ever.
Yep.
Because there's just no one in the league that's gonna catch them. I mean, there's no one on the league on pace for 700.
Hey, Safety Harbor Firearms! Look at him. I didn't know you were watching over here. Yeah,
Safety Harbor watches every day, man. If you come in and watch more. Yeah. Okay. The second person I'm gonna
I got time now. I don't know if you guys heard. I got laid off a couple days ago, so I got time. I can come in and watch all I want.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's unfortunate, but there's nothing I could do. It's not. It was the company downsized by like 45%.
So to me, resume, I'll shop around.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
There's a lot of jobs in DC, and like 90% of them are virtual now.
Oh, really? That absolutely.
Yeah, so start looking in the DC area, you'll see most of them are virtual. So
sweet. I'll Crump after this. I'll get your whatever.
Like my day job, people used to all live here, but after COVID, they said, "Hey, this is working out really well. Let's sell the building."
It's crappy that the place I worked for did this right before Christmas, but it seems like that happens more and more.
Look in the DC area.
And right before you're having a baby.
And right before the baby, yeah. And there's nothing I could do. It's not like I got fired for cause. It's they laid off 45% of the company because they grew too quickly. So.
Yeah, send me your resume. There's tons of places in DC that's hiring, and a lot of them are virtual. But a lot of people don't look in the area because they figured,
it's you have to be in town only. The one good thing that I will say that has come of this is I have decided that I'm going to pursue my 07, 03, my 07 and possibly my SOT and get my FFLs in order so I can start making stuff professionally, making stuff. So.
Nice. Okay. Let me just say, because we're running out of time, I want to ask you a question, but before I do that, Let me ask you the question first. It's only going to take a second. Will your baby be named Babyface B?
Well,
BBP.
if you talk to Walter and Hank, they've already named him Chromevandium. So Babyface Chromevandium, maybe?
Okay.
So he already has a nickname on their show for Chromevandium because that sounds like a ghetto name. But Chromevandium Face P, maybe? I don't know. Double Babyface P.
Yeah.
We will
BBP.
see. We will see.
All right. So, do we know the gender?
Yeah, it's a little boy. Yeah, we got a little boy coming.
Ah,
Yeah, a little boy.
okay.
He'll be here at the beginning of January.
Cool.
Congratulations.
I am. Yeah. I mean, so Crump, you got 2 boys, but you got any advice for raising boys?
Get a lot of sleep right now. And do whatever you want leading up before the month is over because it's about to change. I mean,
Yeah, that's what everybody said. I feel ill prepared, but I don't think anybody's ever.
and right now, both of my boys are in school. That's why I only get to watch a replay because I'm doing homework with them, or their sports, or scouts, or this
Everybody-
and that.
Everybody
chess
I've
club.
talked to says that your life changes to become about that, though.
You-
Where before it was like you were about your own stuff, and now you're like, well, no, this is what life is. I'm about.
like everything I do is for them.
Yeah, but all the men that I've talked to say they enjoy it. They don't say it begrudgingly. They're like they love it. So.
Yeah, my youngest one, we are in a real pickle with him.
Oh no.
No, it's in a good way. We want to keep him in. He's 5 years old, right?
Okay.
We want to
Okay.
keep
So
him where he is in his grade.
Mhm.
But my oldest one, genius level too, but my youngest one is super genius level.
have they tried to move him up grades?
Yeah, we're not going. We don't want to do that, but he's just. I mean, we do like stuff with him. We like give him.
My parents
like-
had the same issue when I was like 2nd grade or 3rd
Yeah,
grade.
he's like doing some algebra and stuff like that.
Keep him around people his age as long as possible.
Yeah,
You only have a childhood once. That's
But
what I
he's-
learned from being a
but
kid.
he's so bored, so it's like.
That's the hard thing is keeping folks like that, young kids like that, from being bored. Because I know it was a detriment to me when I got into middle school. Well, one, it was a detriment because I got bored and didn't want to focus on schooling. And 2, going from like middle school to high school to college, I never learned to study. Like my study skills never progressed because I
never
was one of those
studied in my
kids
life.
in those early grades. I was one of those kids that I didn't study. You just kind of told me how the things worked, and then I would go in and take the test and pass it. Once I got to college, I had 0 study skills, and it bit me in the ass so hard.
I didn't study in college either.
Oh, I was a C student after
I just
starting high
memorized
school. I
the
was
books.
a C student. I had the same problem though. I had the same problem where it's high school and college. If it wasn't something I was interested in, then I'm like, I don't want to be here. I have no interest in doing any of this. Like, I just want to do something else.
Yeah,
Just don't tell him he's smarter than the teacher. They told my son,
Smarter.
than the teacher. Yeah, that's a bad time. Gotta keep you gotta keep him on
Well, I
point.
was like that when I was a kid, so I gotta. Because I don't know, I don't really talk about this a lot. I'm a little bit above average in intelligence.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
the hardest thing that I found is for me is, which I'm sure my kid's going to be the same thing, is keeping him focused on stuff and trying to get him interested in something that's going to make him money. I hope I can get him interested in something that he will, computer engineering or something good like that.
my youngest wants to be a dentist.
Good for him. I mean, that's a great career.
Hook him up with 3D arms.
I could not in my life work in somebody's mouth all the time. No, thank you.
Yeah, I have no idea why he wants to be a dentist. He just wants to be
Hey.
a dentist or whatever.
Good for him, man. If he
His
can,
mom's
if
a
he can
doctor,
hack
so.
it, absolutely.
His mom's a doctor, dad's an engineer, and he wants to be a dentist.
Oh,
I don't know.
I didn't know your wife was a doctor. Okay, so he's takes after. Is she a medical doctor or a PhD doctor?
Medical.
Okay, so he's already got sight on the medical side.
Yeah. And my oldest wants to be a software engineer.
I can tell you there is plenty of opportunity. I don't know if you've had the talk with him. How old's your oldest?
9.
He's still too young. But I was gonna say, when eventually you're gonna have that talk with him and tell him you have to go to college, even though computer engineering you don't technically need to. It'll help you in the long run. You'll get promoted much further if you've got a college degree than if you go in and say, I'm good at this and just go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
College degrees want to promote college degrees. They don't want to promote dropouts that are good at what they do for whatever reason.
All right. Oh, and the final person I want to say congratulations to is Tree of Liberty, GOA's Call of Duty Modern Warfare team. They have advanced to the championship.
You guys have a COD team?
Dude, they're freaking good.
That intro that you had was so COD-esque. I was like, man, this should be a gaming show, not a freaking politics show.
Well, it came from a gaming channel.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yeah, so GOA will be playing the basically whoever.
Is it like
the Swamp Pack, which is Swamp Dog's team, and Night Strikes on there and other people.
Yeah, Swamp Dog. Yeah,
they have a tough hill to climb today.
Are they? Wait, where are they playing? What league is it? Like
what games? It's the FPS Championship. It's a league that I started.
Okay. So this is still somewhat small time. It's not nationwide.
Small time. Not nationwide. The GOA team I think could be good because last night they absolutely ran Swamp Dog's team.
What is there a specific piece of hardware you guys play on?
No, well, it's cross-platform.
Domination. So you guys really the PC winner, the PC players are gonna dominate.
Yeah, well, GOA right now in the league with one game to go, Swamp Dog's team has, I think it's I believe is 209. I think the JSD team, which still has
JSD has a team.
Yeah. Wait, still have a chance of going. They're going to be the favorite tonight. They have 335 on the on right now. I think it's 335. Yeah, 335.
This is hilarious. I had no idea you guys had a gaming league.
Yeah, and GOA is they're a perfect 400.
I will admit I am no longer allowed to play competitive FPS games because I have a real bad rage streak. I used to be super competitive at Apex Legends. I was good at it too, but man, I had nights where I would have so many losses in a row that I wouldn't go to bed until like 3 or 4 in the morning until I finally got a win.
No,
I'm bad.
True.
I really don't like. I mean, they're all right, but like battle royale games, just don't really like them that much.
Apex is the only one I liked. I played a little bit of the first one, PUBG. I played a little bit of PUBG. PUBG was my problem with it was too long form. If you died at the beginning of it, you're sitting it out for like an hour while your teammates try to struggle back through. Where Apex was a little bit different. But no, Call of Duty,
Hey man,
I can't play COD. I got a bad streak.
Hey man,
I'm a winner and I don't like losing.
I just want to say to Putang, who is on the JFT team, yes, GOA does have a Brit on there, contractor, but he is a pro gun Brit, and you can join.
There's a
GOA.
Brit?
Yeah, we're international, man.
You didn't even go national before you went international.
Yeah. So it's
I can't believe you got GOA to sponsor a tournament, a gaming tournament. That's hilarious.
Well, they're not sponsoring. They're sponsoring a team.
A team, excuse me, a team. Yeah.
GSD sponsoring team, and we're gonna do, March is gonna be the next season, and we're gonna expand out.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, do you have a name for the league?
FPS Championship.
FPS Championship is the name.
You go to the
it's not going to be anything gun related.
if you go to fpschampionship.com,
You already have a website, don't you?
yeah, it's not. It's a sucky website.
Let's see.
It's a sucky website. It's basically just a WordPress template. By March is going to be better.
I don't know how you find time in the day. It is just a template. Yeah. I don't know how you find time in the day.
I can tell you.
Do this stuff. You don't
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can think.
I have insomnia.
Oh God! So you literally stay up all night and make these things.
Yeah.
Oh, oh God.
Frank got asking.
It could be Xbox, it could be PC, it could be PlayStation.
PC.
Doesn't matter.
There's only one answer, and it's PC.
Yeah, I just want to let one car fast know. I am a recovering gamer. I will not game.
You got to find the right thing. I've gotten Marley. So I picked up a Steam Deck 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and I've got Marley's. Go ahead. What?
No, GOA they have 800 points right now.
I've gotten Marley sitting down and playing Red Dead Redemption 2 with me. We're going through, so I'll do all the side quest stuff, but her and I are playing the main quest line, and she's actually enjoying it. So I am one of those that will play. I enjoy my video games.
So with the final thing, after tonight, we should know who the championship will be tomorrow.
Are they
And
playing
we'll
tonight?
know who's going to win the championship. And then we're gonna have the grand championship, which is kind of cool. That's individuals. That's individuals playing.
Is it gonna be like 1v1s?
No, free for all.
Oh my God!
This is the interesting thing. This is how we did it. The winning team, they win the right to play in the grand championship.
Okay.
So then the winning team, it's everyone on the winning team versus everyone else.
Okay. Where can this be found? I guess we should say that. I haven't heard of this.
John Crump Games.
What?
John Crump Games at John Crump Games on YouTube.
Is it all getting streamed out somewhere?
Yeah.
Are you guys streaming to YouTube or Twitch or what?
YouTube.
Okay. John Crump Games. I will have to.
So the channel is John Crump Games.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
At John Crump Games.
Your name with whatever at the end of it. It's always the John Crump channels.
Well, I got John Crump.
I was looking for something the other day.
Live, John Crump.
While we were on vacation, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you posted something on Instagram about whatever news was dropping, and I was like, let me just. I don't know where the article is, but I know I can go to John Crump News on YouTube and probably find it, and I did.
Yeah,
I have a fan. My eyes are drying out. My contacts are getting dry. Ugh.
So speaking of which, Hank is almost at 1,000 episodes, huh?
Yeah, I think that's coming up soon. I believe, and I don't know what he's going to do for it, but yeah, big deal. Big.
Is Hank doing one show a week? What's he doing?
He's been. I will give credit. The van life stuff has been very popular, and it's obviously advertiser friendly. So he's been very heavily focused on it. But no, I think after we come back from the first of the year, I'm sure it will pick back up. You'd have to ask him though. It is all I know.
Okay.
Is I am always on Mondays. That's all I know.
So Patrick, are you going to be going to SHOT Show?
When is it? January?
Yeah.
No, I got a newborn.
I'm not
can't go to
going.
SHOT Show.
Oh yeah, right.
I have a newborn.
Wait, what'd you say, Crump?
No.
I'm not going.
You gotta go. You owe me a SHOT Show.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the same thing this year, where Rich, you're gonna have to live stream it, and we'll just comment on the side.
Oh,
because that was fun last year.
Oh, by the way, I was with Hank recently.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
pictures.
wait,
Super top secret. Has any of that top secret stuff
was
been
gonna
able to
say-
come out yet?
you have been in Florida. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, oh wait,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Did any of that break? Have we heard what the top secret meeting was about?
It wasn't. It was just it was more of. I will say this. It's more of bringing creators together and bringing people in Congress together and legal teams to explain how things actually happen and how it works.
DC?
And, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a mystery to the average Joe.
Yeah, well, they were trying. Well, we realized that, and we realized there's a lot of misinformation out there about how things
Mhm.
work and why things happen. Not only that, but like legal cases and stuff. So it's like, hey, this is how things work. This is the process.
Mhm.
How the
And it
sausage is
also
made.
and it wasn't like a class where you get taught to. It was a discussion,
Mhm.
and they actually brought in like staff members of Congress and everything. And we were at a crazy place. That's all I will say about it. I'm pretty
So
sure he
is
told you
there
some
anything
stuff
that's going to
about it.
come out of it, like articles, videos, or should we expect any of that stuff, or was it
No.
more for the creator?
It's more for the creators to teach the
Okay.
creators how things work.
Okay, cool.
And in
Next
that
time you have one, you let me know. I would love to come join.
in that
I wanna
will
learn.
and that will teach there will be another one, but that will teach them how like everything, like how things work and explain things to them, and also get their suggestions on things in Congress. So the creators were able to talk to people that actually make decisions in Congress and help reps.
Mhm.
We brought like people that are like heads of offices for congressional people, and we brought in lobbyists, and it was more of
So you
like
actually had some. They were good connections. They were not just Joe Schmoes. They were actually real good connections.
no, and we brought in lawyers of like some of the biggest legal 2A cases in the country.
Cool. That sounds cool. I would love to go next time if opportunity arises.
Yeah, like unfortunately, I'm not the one who. I have very little input on who goes.
Mhm.
But I mean, I can see what I can do.
No,
But I can't
obviously,
promise
yeah.
them.
No, I'm not expecting anything. I don't expect stuff. If anything ever comes about, I would love to go.
Like I mean, and it was more than like we actually got like Control Pew in to
He's
speak
in
to
that
congressional people.
area.
No,
No, he's
He's in Jacksonville, I thought.
he's in Florida.
What? I thought he was
Either
like in
Orlando.
Philadelphia or
Yeah.
something.
No. He moved to like Orlando or Jacksonville. I
Yeah,
think.
he's in Florida. I think he's in Orlando.
We gotta have him hook up with him and
Yep.
Yeah, so like he was actually able to come and talk to these people too, and
do any of the politicians up there. Well, you probably worked with politicians who actually do give a shit. Do more give a shit than they let on?
no,
Very few give a crap about any of us.
correct.
Okay. That's what I figured. I hate to say it, but
There are a few like Massey, Thomas Massey, for example.
No, Thomas
Rand
Massey is
Paul.
one of the only ones that I respect for his opinions because he.
Like-
Did you seen the video of Massey and that other idiot going at it, saying
Yeah.
that a pistol brace was a bump stock if you put
Yeah,
it together?
Massey understands guns. He's
That
an
other
actual
guy-
gun guy who has actual knowledge of firearms. He owns he owns machine guns.
The
Legally
other
owned
guy
machine
he was
guns.
talking to was an absolute moron. It was unbelievable listening to him talk.
Massey actually understands guns, like very
But
well.
he's one of like 3 people that actually care.
Yeah,
That's what I figured.
most don't care. Most just care about getting reelected.
Yeah. David
But-
Cicilline, I think, was the one that he went after. David Cicilline, who is a representative from District 1. Where the hell is he representative at? Rhode Island. Oh, guess what? Full circle back to Rhode Island.
I know. That's why I was smiling.
Yeah, back full circle to Rhode Island.
All right, guys, we got to take off. I got a video preparing right now, and everyone's going to be redirected over there. Rich can be found at Flying Rich on all social medias, including Instagram, where he's Flying Rich _ official. Flying Rich on YouTube. Give him a sub. Be sure to subscribe to Babyface P. Babyface P can be found at Babyface P. Babyface P on YouTube. Remember, he is the leader of the cabal.
I am officially over 35,000. Thank you, folks. I'm at 3503.
And he has his website is babyfacep.com.
Yeah, it's just a redirect right now. It'll take you straight to YouTube if you want to sub.
Yeah, and Babyface B on all social medias. Thank you so much. Give us a word of wisdom, Babyface B.
Things are going to be okay. Things always tend to work themselves out. Life can be difficult at times, but keep your head up. Things will work themselves out, and things will be